Grand Rising, this is Self-Expression by Aja. I've made this video over and over and over again, and what I'm realizing is that, I am learning to stop judging myself and just let it be. So with that being said, I'm going to attempt to do this video and just let it flow about how I came to secret energy, because it's very important. And I want to try to do it in a chronological order so it may help someone. Again, it's always important that you've watched the first 7 videos, and they're not that long, or this is not going to make sense to you. And I'm not going to keep re-explaining it because it's a lot in the sense of, trying to say that every time I do a video. But I had a traumatic brain injury, so it's important that you take all this in context. So I don't remember the years, so I'm just going to tell the story because that's why I had to redo it, because I don't remember the dates and I get the dates confused, and then I mess the story up. So I'm not going to deal with the dates, and I'm just going to deal with the chronological order. Now I can find the dates, but I have to go look for it. I don't necessarily recall them. So my brother told me about a young man that he watched on YouTube whose name was Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters Diving Deep. And so I started watching him, and I resonated with the brother right away. I was just like, wow. So like my brother, I started watching him here and there, and I realized I was always in sync with him, and it was just something that I resonated with. And so I just continued to watch him for a few years. And then he mentioned, now I thought my brother told me about the book, The Code to the Matrix, but he said he did not, so I'm going to trust him on that. And so I guess Ralph Smart mentioned it, and I think he did mention it. And so then I'm thinking, so basically, I had wrote down several books that he had recommended, and I looked them all up, and I really wasn't interested in any of them. And it was because I feel like I already knew the information. I don't know how. That's just how it was. I already knew, and I can look at a book, read a few pages, and know if there's something in there for me that's going to resonate with me. And usually if it is, then I'll read the whole book. That way I can find it. But since we all know things have changed, and I am going with it. So, which is why this is relevant to tell you how I came about to secret energy. So I wrote that book down as well, and then I thought, anytime I'm reading something, I always go research the author. I want to know who I'm, what energy I'm dealing with, and I just have this pattern and this way that I do things, and it's just and the thing that the world outside of me can't deal with is, it works for me. I'm making sure that I'm okay, making sure that I'm rested, making sure that I'm not stressed, that I'm relaxed, because I have a hard time slowing down. I just do. That is one of my challenges since my head injury. I was always a person that was on the go, and then I didn't sleep, and not good. So I have been forced by the universe to take care of myself, because there are just some things that I just can't do, don't want to do, don't need to do, will not do, because I'm trying to make sure that I'm okay. So I researched it, and then I thought, Okay, I found out who the young man was. Um, I'm sorry, I'm trying to, Savan and, Mr. Bomar the third, James Savan Bomar the third. And so I thought, okay, and then of course it led me to some videos on YouTube, and then I thought I saw this deprogramming video, and so it was interesting, very interesting, and even more interesting. I was thinking and feeling all those same things, like I had just had enough of whatever was going on in our fake matrix, and I'm just like, this is just so not right. And it's the system is was slowly um, um, forcing me to transition quicker than maybe I prematurely, because I was dying, and me being the fighter and warrior and whatever I am, I just keep going and going and going. I just persisted. Um, there was just something in me that would not let me give up. It was just something. It's like this power, this energy that I just knew that I was going to keep going. So I listened to so the video was long, so I decided, you know, at that time I was not able to, like watch a video it may take me days to do something, and sometimes, but anyway, it just depends. And it's not about it's about my energy level. So then that's the other thing. So I keep going and keep going and going until I exhaust myself. And then the only thing that will stop me, unfortunately, is pain. And so it's like, I fell down 3 stairs October 17th, and I'm still feeling the results of it. So that right there, really was a wake up call, because I was alone. I was a little frightened, and then it's like, okay, you know what? We have to be smart all the time, and we have to keep balance all the time. So every morning I get up, I listen to my body. That's where it starts. I ask myself, how am I doing? What do I need? Do I need to rest some more? Do I need to get up? Or do I need to um, and the more I think about it, I think my video is going to have a lot to do with self-care, because that's something that I really struggle with. That's something I did not do. Okay. And so now I'm doing it. So anyway, back to that. So basically I end up getting through that video, and I'm just like, wow. And then I end up watching a series of videos, and then I end up on the Secret Energy site. Well, when I got to the Secret Energy site, keep in mind, I'm coming back from a head injury, and I am also technology challenged. Okay, anybody who knew me, I did not deal with technology only when absolutely necessary, because I was concerned personally. My reasons is because I sense that there were certain things that I could not see that was possibly affecting me. Because remember, I said I had the ringing in my ear, and I was now hearing things that I'm like, what the heck? And so then where was I going? So I started watching a few videos, ended up on the Secret Energy site, and then I felt like I was in, I, you know, because I'm in a different state now, and because I continue to climb the ladder of lights, as he calls it. Um, I From what I recall, I remember just being so grateful, because I felt like I finally found what I resonated with. It's like, this is it. This is what I have been searching for. This is the knowledge that I was wanting. These are the answers. These are the answer to all of my prayers. This is what I really was trying to get to, because I kept thinking, even though we see these things and even though I see these challenges in this world, and I say to myself, and from my flawed perspective, it doesn't have to be this way. And then I'm thinking, so am I the only one that thinks that, we can have a world without war and, destroy all this judgment and this division, and just be a loving and kind world, understanding that, I'm all things, and that this is all a part of me, and that I have dealt with some very challenging things and I've overcome them, and, yet and still I have a heart to love. However, I also have a heart to defend myself. And that's as loving as I can say that. And so, so then I'm in heaven, because they got so much information, and of course I want to read it all. I want to take in it all, but I don't have I'm not able to, which is a good thing, because I got enough. I'd read so many books and so many things, like, and I've said this before, but I wasn't reading the things that was going to help me, but then it all had its purpose. It's just like my purpose in learning and reading the whole Bible. That way, if someone comes to me, I can challenge them versus them bringing me down to the level of saying, listen, this is what the Bible says. I know what it says. Okay? I know what it says. Okay, and then I also have attained some more knowledge via secret energy. Now, after I started watching it and going around there, I started realizing they had some health stuff, because that's what I filled out, like wellness, because I was wanting to do anything to heal my body, because I always believed that, when I was believing that the Most High put something, I just knew that there was something that I could heal myself. I've always known that I could heal myself, and so then I was led there, and then I was even more fascinated, and then I just started, reading all the material, studying the things, and then of course, basically, I wanted to feel better, and I tried the supplements, and they were very, very helpful, and so then it led to other things. So that was my thing about how I came to Secret Energy, and then I signed up as a tribe member, and just continue to ingest their information, because it has, honestly, I'm just being honest, because it has changed my life. It has helped me. It actually is showing results. That's the best way I could say it. Again, I'm not, no one has paid me to say this. No one is giving me anything to say this. However, I am a member, and I do support and love everything that they're about, because not only are they helping me, but they're also wanting to help humanity. And that was my big ideal. Really, I wanted to stop child abuse. That was really my mission. And it's continuing to, will always be a part of it, which is why I'm a part of this. This is my home. I've landed because they're looking to take care of the women and the children. And that is something that Christianity has failed at. Yes, I will say it has failed at. Again, this is my flawed perspective. And so there was another video that I'm not sure. That's the same. That's another thing. I just feel like I'm just probably going to put these videos up. And then if I watch them, that's another thing. I don't like watching them, but I'm trying to watch them. And if I see something in there that I really didn't want to convey, I'm probably going to, do my best to. I'm not going to spend all day on that editing stuff. I just can't do it. I'm just not. And so that's another thing that I accept. I have to work or do, when I do things, I have to do it at my pace and in my rhythm, because the other challenge I have is, that I'm working against is obsessive compulsive disorder, which I had that before, where I'm always cleaning, I'm always picking up paper or something like that, and it helps with my organization, but then it also, in my perspective, wastes energy. So it's just like I'm thinking probably when I make my videos, the very first thing I'm going to do is when I get up in the morning is just make my videos while I have the energy, and my voice also sounds a little raspy. And I can thank my grandma, Armity Watts, for that. Gratitude, Grandma. Um, I was told that when I was growing up that I was afraid of her voice. That, well, my mom believed that her voice scared me, but it didn't scare me. Actually, I recall what it was. She did not realize it. I think a lot of people did not realize it because I did not realize it, but I didn't know. I think I've been sensitive since I was a child, and I just started taking on, these all these different energies. But it was her hands. Her nails were kind of rough. So that's really what it was. I remember her hurting me. She didn't mean to do it, but her nails stuck in my skin. That's what I was pulling away from, not her voice. And then also, I don't know how I got on that, but then, well, since I mentioned that grandmother, I'm going to go ahead and mention my other grandmother, my grandma Matilda. And one of the things that, we were both, what we had in common is we were both Virgos. So, um, and I'm thinking, I'm not sure when my grandma Armity was born, but I'm thinking we may have the number 9 in common. I'm not sure because there's some debate about, or 8 or 9. Well, even if it's 8 or 9, we'll have to have something in common. But my grandma and I being both Bear Girls, I understood her. Um, yeah, I just related to her, and but unfortunately, I have connections of pain through both of them. But then I understand that okay, that's just the way it is, and I'm just glad that I was able to overcome all of that because of them. So I just wanted to say I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I displayed the excitement and the intensity of which I felt when I came across this knowledge. I was just thinking about that because when the first videos that I made, I was just so excited, and then I would just I told you about the dates and things, and so I told you I was gonna leave the dates out, and I'm actually glad I did because I got through it. Um, so I'm very pleased with just being still and just being silent because I really was a true servant from the heart, and I have no regrets, none. And that's another reason why my channel is restricted is because I worked with children, and due to confidentiality and privacy act and HIPAA laws, I do not want to, which is why I'm just going to focus on myself. That way it's safe, meaning I'm not involving anyone. I don't plan on really, with the exception of what I just did, is really mentioning too much because I really just want to be well, I am. I'm going to be who I am. And whatever knowledge or whatever I have that I can convey from this space of mine, I understand the importance of having gifts is to share with the world so we can improve, so we can do better, so we can grow, so we can be more loving, and so we can, balance this out. I mean, it's like I don't even like interacting with the fake matrix, unfortunately. However, I do have to go in it, and I don't like going in it because it's very stressful, and I don't resonate with it. And I choose to use, this mind, this heart, this being, this soul, this spirit to continue um, being all things to myself. I don't know why I say that and if that even makes sense, but that's just how I feel. And that's why it's self-expression by Aja. So I think I'm going to stop for now, and then, yeah, wholeness and balance vibrations.